Good morning, everybody. I hope all is well with you and yours. This is Eddie J on crypto. So, yesterday I did not get to my Sunday Roundup. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to relax. Yes, of course, I did my daily research, spoke with the kids, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to relax. But today, I will give you what should have been my Sunday Roundup. So, real quick, you've got all kinds of issues going on, right? Don't let people have you focusing on the latest and greatest shiny object and deter you from doing the research that's necessary. All right. Last week we had Powell speak on Thursday, and it wasn't an official speech, but it was a speech, and he said, "Listen, I like where the numbers are going." He was a little dovish, and he basically said, I can see where everything is, and it's quite possible we can see that 50 basis points, this month. Then Friday came, and you saw better than expected jobless claims or jobs, right? That jobs number, wasn't good for inflation, so you pause for a minute. However, does it increase the chances of a 75 basis point move? Yes. Do I think the odds are still in favor of a 50 basis point move? Yes. Here's why. You have all these numbers that have come out, right? You have all these layoffs that are happening. You've got things like Blackstone not allowing withdrawals on their real estate accounts, that kind of thing. And you sit there and you kind of say, that's a lot of information to take in. Remember, 75 basis points is high. It's not normal. Okay? So I expect a 50 basis point move, and at that 50 basis point move level, I expect that to continue for longer than expected, right? Because I think with a 50 basis point move, it's easier for them, for the Fed, to pivot at that point, or at least pause after they've done it a few times, right? And the reason why I say so is because 75 basis points is abrupt. Stepping back into 50 basis points makes more strategic sense. You don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction to something like this. So that's why I'm thinking a 50 basis point move is more probable than a 75 basis point move, and we'll find out next week. This week, on the other hand, I'll tell you, we get what's important this week, because I'm looking at my list. We get initial jobless claims on Thursday. We get continuous jobless claims on Thursday, but on Friday, we get the producer price index. And that's a very important inflationary number, right? Basically helps go into that whole calculus. Now, what else is on my mind? Remember, I opened up by saying, stop being distracted by the shiny thing. Well, you have Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, still yapping about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. Basically, he was criticizing Sam Bankman-Fried's interviews where Sam Bankman-Fried or SBF is trying to claim that, oh, I was stupid. That's basically what he's saying. I wasn't aware of what was going on. Nobody believes it. But Brian Armstrong should be focused on Coinbase and not constantly yapping about SBF. Leave that alone. Walk away from it. Don't touch it. The more you talk about it, the more dirty that subject gets, and the more dirty and hard-hitting the eyes are on crypto in general, is my humble opinion. So I think Brian should just stay in his lane, manage Coinbase. Something else that bothers me. Forget about FTX. Bybit and Swyftx, two foreign exchanges. I believe Swyftx is in Australia, something like that. I forget where Bybit is. But those two exchanges are laying off 30 and 35% of their workforce, respectively. Does that mean that they're going out of business? No, it means they have too many people on their staff and they can scale back to get through what we're calling crypto winter. It's a smart move. I'm not happy that people are going to lose their jobs, but if it's going to make these exchanges stay in business and do what they have to do, okay, fine. Got to do what you got to do sometimes. Something else that's bothering me, though. You have a whole bunch of other layoffs that are kind of sliding in under, the radar. The reason why I say sliding in under the radar is because you have a company like Amazon who's saying, oh, we're going to lay off, or we've laid off, 10,000, 11,000 people, right? except this had nothing to do with anything other than their strategic plan. They know that they are highly automated. And they just automated more stuff and they were able to get rid of more people. Google is about to lay off a few thousand people, right? I think they made that announcement last week. So as I look forward to this week, it's already started with Bybit and Swyftx. What I'm looking for is more companies to announce layoffs. I want to understand why, right? I want to look at each and every single company separately and distinctly. And the reason why is because, was this a strategic move like Amazon? We're making crazy money, automated more stuff, can let go more people. That's a strategic move, part of the plan. It is what it is. Just happened to be perfectly timed to slide in with, other economic issues, which is why other companies are laying off. But is that the case? I want to know why companies are having layoffs. Are they having layoffs because they were poorly planned, poorly managed? What kind of layoffs are they having? How many? I'm looking at Gemini. They made a major layoff a long time ago, and they've been working ever since, and they're fine. Something else, side note, something else that I heard about Gemini is that Genesis owes them $900 million. No, they do not. They owe Gemini's customers $900 million. Those people at stake, that's who they owe, not Gemini. Difference. It's a subtle difference, but it's a big difference. Anyway, off of that. Something else that I'm paying attention to, and I'm giving you all of these macro events because all of these macro events will determine how I'm going to invest, right? Whether it be in crypto, real estate, another business, that's how I'm looking at it. So then I started looking at, well, here's China. China is about to open up their economy, which is going to call for more energy in an already energy-strapped globe. You have India saying, Europe said, hey, look, listen, we're going to do the price cap thing on Russian oil. India said, we're probably not. Problem for India is, well, they rely on other Western services to help them manage any purchases that they would have from Russia. So that would be hard capped. When I look at all these things, all of these various macro events, now you have to remember, Russia's in a corner. They're lashing out. That's what they're going to do. That's literally what I expect. So as I look at everything, what else am I looking at? I briefly touched on Blackstone stopping withdrawals from a real estate fund that they have. Well, that's a big deal. Why is that? Because they're basically saying real estate's about to crash. And if you have money on the side, real estate could be the place to be. Possibly. Now, when I look at that, I look at real estate market taking a hit. I'm looking at short-term rentals taking a hit. So what do I want to do to plan for the future? I've already got a crypto bag. Do I want to increase that bag? Yeah, sure. I already have a dollar cost averaging strategy that's in place for that. But that's only a portion of my investable money. I have other things that I want to do, and some of it is in real estate. So I am looking for drops in the real estate space that would give me the ability to get in and do something. That's what I'm paying attention to. So I didn't give you the Sunday Roundup yesterday, but I'm giving it to you now. There are things in the news, but they're not huge, right? It's just not big enough for me to be worried about or covering. I'm sure there'll be more news today, and tomorrow, and I'll be able to report on that. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. Pay attention to your money and grow your bag. Have a good one. Bye-bye.